Hello friends and welcome back to Oscar's Cozy Corner. I hope you are all doing well. The Eggstravaganza 2025 event is now live and I thought I'd walk you through today how it works, what's back from last year, and most excitingly, all of the new things that you can expect to unlock this time around. There's a new egg type, 3 new craftables, and some returning seasonal quests with Wally, plus of course the bunny companions and spring furniture to chase down if you've not unlocked those already. So with that being said, let's not waste any more time and let's just get straight into the video. Alright, so first up, what is the Eggstravaganza? If you've never done the event before, the Eggstravaganza is basically the Valley's version of an Easter hunt. This year it runs from April 2nd through to April 22nd, and during that time you'll be collecting 4 different types of eggs scattered across the Valley and realms. If you choose, you can also complete daily missions for Wally, cook some themed meals, and craft limited time furniture, and if you're like me, hoarding everything in a chest until you forget where that chest is and what you were doing to begin with. But here is a quick rundown of the egg types. So the blue egg is the wild spring egg. This is found on the ground throughout the valley. The kind of like red egg is the excellent fruit. Now this is grown on bushes that spawn in the plaza. The yellow is the spring vegetable. I don't know how to say that one, but this is planted using seeds that you craft with the other 2 initial eggs. And new for 2025, the purple spring egg is found exclusively in realms. Now these eggs all have their own uses. Some go into crafting furniture, others are needed for the seasonal dreamlight duties or for cooking spring recipes. It does sound like a lot, I know, but honestly, it's pretty chill once you get into a loop, and I actually really love this event. Alright, so let's actually talk about what's new for this year because this is where things get pretty exciting. So the purple spring eggs are actually only found in specific realms. Now they can be foraged from the ground inside the following realms: Moana, Toy Story, The Lion King, Beauty and the Beast, and Mulan. Don't ask me why they're not in Remy's, I don't know, but there does seem to be a 5-minute spawn for those, so you should be able to pick up around 10 to 12 per hour. These purple eggs are used exclusively to craft 3 brand new items that were added in the last update. Speaking of those, let me actually show you these items because they are very, very pretty. So first up, we do have the excellent balloons. There are too many egg puns in this event for my liking, and that's coming from a punny guy. Now these are a cluster of pastel colored balloons and they all have kind of like painted egg patterns on them, so they do look kind of like Easter eggs. They are very cute, they're very fun. I think they'd work perfectly outside of the stall or some sort of spring market build. I mean, they do look like Easter eggs, I get that, but I do think they're quite versatile, so you might be able to use them in a little pastel build or a pastel dream snap at some point. Very cute, and I am a fan of these. Next up is the potted spring egg tree. Again, this is very pastel themed. I love the base of this, the pot of it. It's kind of like a cracked egg, but it's kind of like a lilac color, and then it has a lovely little tree coming out with some Easter eggs in it and a little bow on. I mean, it could be like kind of like a whimsical garden center, but yeah, it's got little eggs hanging from the branches. It's definitely a seasonal one, so, you know, if you do use this, it's quite clearly relating to Easter, but I love the colors, love the pastel, so if you do like a permanent Easter build or a permanent kind of like extravaganza build, it will fit in perfectly, I would say. And finally, we've got the hanging egg chair. This is probably the biggest of the items, and it's definitely pretty. It's got a very nice color scheme to it, again, leaning into the pastels. I love the idea of having an egg chair. I don't think that we have one in the valley just yet. To me, this is more of an indoor item, but you could use it outdoors, you know, easily. But to me, it's kind of like nice for an indoor build. Again, a little bit specific for the time of year, but it's nice to get 3 different rewards because we don't always get sort of like additional rewards with repeating events. So it's really nice to get 3 in one go. I'm very happy with that. And I like them. I think they look fun. As I said, all of these do require purple eggs. So these 3 do require purple eggs, plus the usual egg trio from previous years. In the case of the chair, it does require quite a few of them. So if you're planning to craft everything, you'll definitely want to check the realms regularly. So the excellent balloons require 10 purple eggs to craft alongside 5 wild spring eggs, 5 excellent fruits, 5 spring vegetables, and 5 rope. The potted spring tree also requires 10 purple spring eggs, 5 wild spring eggs, 5 excellent fruits, 5 vegetable eggs, and 1 rich soil. And finally, the hanging egg chair requires 25 purple spring eggs, 20 wild spring eggs, 20 excellent fruit, and 20 spring vegetables. I keep saying vegetables, it's vegetables, but I'm not saying that. Vegetables it is. If you played last year, the core mechanics of the event are the same, and if you didn't, here is what's back. Craftable furniture is always available in the crafting station, so that's the don't put them all in one basket, an over easy chair, the spring egg bounty, the spring stall, and the sunny side up arch. So those are crafted using the 3 classic egg types, and most of them are quite affordable if you're playing daily. The arch in particular is pretty nice for framing entrances or creating like a little Easter garden. But you will also find some meals that you can craft, so that's spring chocolate, spring egg ball, spring mimosa eggs, and you'll need to cook and eat all 3 if you want to complete the taste test duty. But they are quite simple recipes using the seasonal eggs, plus a couple of little basics like sugarcane and cocoa beans. The Eggstravaganza event also comes with some village duties. They are the same ones from last year, which means if you started them in 2024, maybe you did 1 or 2 of them, you can complete them at any time as long as you've got the eggs in your inventory. But this is what you can unlock. You can unlock 3 spring rabbit companions. So you just need to harvest the spring vegetables. 10 of them gets you the spring chocolate recipe, 30 of them gets you the blue rabbit, 60 of them gets you the pink rabbit, and 100 of them gets you the yellow rabbit. You can also get a decorative tulip bouquet. You just have to pick 50 flowers while hanging out with Wally. You can also pick up some spring tableware. You just need to eat all 3 spring meals that you've now made. And finally, the tulip lamp, you just have to place 4 of the egged-themed crafted furniture pieces into the valley. So these are all tucked under the village section of the Dreamlight menu, and most of them can be completed fairly casually just by doing the daily Wally quests and gathering as you go. I do have a couple of quick tips if you're just getting started. The excellent fruit bushes respawn every 60 minutes and you can move them anywhere in the valley, so I tend to pop mine by my house just for easy access if I'm in and out or if I'm loading the game. The forgettable seeds can be crafted in batches, and while that's where most of your grinding will probably come in, especially if you're going for all 3 rabbit companions, so it might take a little longer to get those because you do have to craft them from the other eggs. New for this year, don't forget to check the realms regularly for purple eggs. They might be easy to miss in places like Moana's with the shells and stuff, and they are quite small, so just double check. And finally, actually make sure that you're placing the crafted furniture down if you do want to unlock the tulip lamp. Crafting it isn't enough, you do have to place it in the valley. So I learned that one the awkward way, and then I realized, oh, you need to actually place it down. And that is it for the Eggstravaganza 2025. And I'm glad that they've added a few new craftables without having to like overcomplicate the whole thing. So they've just added the extra egg to find in realms, which is a nice touch. Let me know down in the comments below which of the new items is your favorite. I think that the egg chair might be my favorite, possibly the potted tree though. I mean, 2 out of 3, what can I say? I might actually do a little decorating video later this week once I've had a proper play around with them, so keep an eye out for that. But I will pop my infographic up at the end here because I do create one of these for each of the events that we have in Disney Dreamlight Valley. Feel free to screenshot it, feel free to share it, whatever you like to do with it is just fine. I hope that it helps. I'll also pop a little download link, just in case you don't want to screenshot it, in the description, and you can just open that, download it, save it to your device, and keep it for your reference. Thank you for watching, friends. Happy egg hunting. I will catch you in the next one, and I will, of course, see you in the valley.